And we are live.
Are we?
We are live.
Okay, so let's start with a sound check.
Oh, right.
You ready?
Wait, we got to put it right next to the mic. Get that good.
Okay.
Wait. I can't get my... Hold on.
Do you really need help with that?
No, I can't get my fingernail under the tab.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. All right, we're good. We're ready to go.
Go. Oh, no.
Oh.
Party foul.
Yeah, you spread beer across the table.
Did the microphone pick that up?
I assume so. It's picking up our voices right now. And, I mean, it was picking up me breathing heavily earlier.
Did you see the little lights go spike? Oh, man, I made a mess.
It's on the dice tower, too.
Okay. It's where?
Right here.
The Holy Dice Tower. Oh, actually, that's a blessing for the Holy Dice Tower to get beer on it. I think that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it'll make it work
Splash
better.
of beer on the dice tower. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, take a drink. Let's see if the microphone can pick up our drinking sounds. Don't spit up at the D&D table with all this stuff everywhere. Okay. All right, so our sound is good?
Yeah, our sound is good.
Okay, here's our intro. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Hey, Ethan.
Yeah.
Let's roll some dice.
Nice.
I think we're dead. This one's a 1. This one's a 6. Yeah, I don't think.
What about the other side? What about the other side?
I think we need a bigger dice tower.
We got a 12 and a 4. Yeah, no, we didn't roll very well.
I feel like a die went off this direction somewhere. Did you not see that?
I didn't. I was trying to keep him from falling off my side over here.
I feel like something hit the floor. Nothing? No, something didn't go off that side?
No, I was blocking him on this side.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, and then that was not as impactful an intro as I thought it would be. I don't think the dice tower has enough capacity.
Yeah, it can't handle a whole pound. That's unfortunate.
Is it clear? Okay. All right. And then we'll throw in the candy dice.
The candy dice.
I'm throwing them in.
You just rolled snake eyes.
Oh my God, I did. That's not good. That means that we're surprised and the monsters are surprised. We are all surprised. Did you know that? If both sides
I didn't know that because I was surprised by that.
Oh.
Ah.
That works out.
Yeah.
Okay. The candy dice. You wanted to talk about the candy dice. I got these as a gift, and they came in a little bag. And the bag was labeled candy dice.
Well, it had instructions for a game.
But you couldn't see that until you opened the bag.
No, there were instructions.
I know, but they were like on the inside of the label that said candy dice.
Okay.
So I thought that these were like gummy dice that were candy.
Yeah.
And so I stuck them for like 2 months. They've been laying around in the package, and I opened the package and showed it to you, and I was like, this is dangerous. You opened the package.
I found it in your room.
I gave it to you because I thought it was
you
candy.
Thought it was candy.
So I gave it to you because I thought it was candy that I wasn't going to eat. And turns out they're actual real dice, and they want you to roll the dice and play a certain game.
It's a gambling game with candy as the
Well, I'm telling you, that's a safety hazard. That's like lawn darts. When you label something like that as candy, because it looks like candy.
I'm gonna go buy a package of Tide Pods and put a label on it that says candy.
I think it looks like candy.
Okay.
Movie reference, right? Or something else?
We can do a movie reference, but I don't know which one yet.
Oh, do you want me to do it?
Sure. I mean, well, we were talking about which one to do, and you were like, I don't know, we'll figure it out.
Well, we know what movie.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Just pick one.
Oh, now you're putting me on the spot.
Oh, I'll do it.
Yeah, you do it. You do it.
Okay. Let's see if you can react to it and play the second part.
Okay.
All right. We have got to get this woman to the Chapel of St. Cuthbert.
The Chapel of St. Cuthbert? What's that?
That's a place where people go to get healed through the holy power of St. Cuthbert, but that's not important right now. That didn't work as well as it did in the movie, did it?
No, but it's okay.
Oh.
For anybody who doesn't know, that's Airplane. But if you don't know, you should and go watch the movie.
We have to do more.
Oh, we're doing more?
Yeah, what else is in there? Excuse me, I speak thieves' cant. It's Barbara Billingsley.
Yes.
Remember?
I remember.
Yep.
Yep.
Really, she says jive, but I'm just changing it to thieves' cant. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay in context of the Greyhawkiness. Wait. I need visual aids.
Talk towards the mic.
Sorry, I'm trying.
Okay.
Okay, visual aids.
The aids are, yeah,
Easy.
cool.
All right, come on. Give us another. What's another quote from the movie?
I've got more quotes,
All right,
but I
say
can't
one.
tie them in.
Say one.
Okay.
Oh, you can't tie. All right, you give the quote and I'll try to tie it in.
Okay. I picked the wrong day to stop sniffing glue.
Yeah, there is an actual narcotic in Greyhawk.
I was wondering that, but
There
I
is
didn't know.
one that came out like in the second edition era, and it's native to, I can't think of what it's called. It's native, it's some kind of plant, and it's highly addictive. But if you take it, it raises your constitution and strength. But if you stop taking it, you die. It's like so addictive. And it's only endemic to the Cron Hills. I put away the map.
You want to buy some death sticks?
Right. It's one of those things.
Cool.
What's another line? The movie is Airplane.
Yeah.
What's another line?
Another line.
Whatever.
So
It's a great movie. It's very funny. PG. It's
technically it is rated PG.
Yeah.
But we're talking PG in the 80s, so
yeah,
different.
Back when we weren't wimps.
Yeah.
When we used to ride banana seat bikes all over the place, our parents didn't know where we were. And we had lawn darts. Forget about candy dice. We had lawn darts.
Yeah, I showed that movie to my my friend.
What movie? Airplane?
Airplane. I was watching it over at my friend's house one time, and his little sister was there, and it was PG, but we kind of forgot about all the parts that wouldn't be considered PG now, and we kind of got in trouble for that one.
Oh, because you were watching it in front of parents?
No, because we were watching it in front of her little sister. His little
Oh, no. Well, there's only that one scene.
I mean, it's PG, and she wasn't that little, but we we weren't thinking.
There's only that one scene.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, but yeah. It was funny in the moment until their parents were like,
"Oh, okay, I can tie it in."
All right.
Okay, like somebody walks up and says, "The orcs and goblins and ogres are boiling out of the caves of chaos and attacking the keep," and then the castellan goes, "Looks like I picked the wrong day to quit sniffing glue."
There you go.
That's
that works.
pretty good.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, here's ask me, what do you make of this?
What do you make of this?
Well, you can make a pterodactyl or a brooch or a hat. There's so many good lines in that movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
Funny movie. Okay.
Very good one.
Agenda. So we were going to start our campaign, and there's our starting village. And totally unprepared. There's our starting map, village, dungeon. We were going to start that today, but I have a little problem as a DM.
Yeah.
Even as a solo DM.
Yeah.
Like, I want all the things. I want all the things when I play D&D. And you can't do all the things, but I'm trying to
What do you mean by all the things? Like,
well, here's an example.
Okay.
So I knew I wanted to play this, but then I went online and I found this, which goes with it.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's cool. This is just like 2 pages. It matches up, no problem.
Yeah.
And then I started looking at like ways that I could populate this, and then I started looking through my collection for ways to make a town and starting to right like I want all the things. And then I found this was gifted to me by a very kind person who I don't think I can mention quite yet, but very kind person. This is B1, and this is the Watch Tower of Quasqueton, which goes with this. Was created by Mr. Ken Marin. There's a company called Pacesetter.
Yeah.
And Pacesetter, they've been making stuff for basic and advanced D&D for years now.
Okay.
And years ago, they made 2 modules to go along with B1, In Search of the Unknown. This is B0.5. It's called Secrets of the Unknown. And they also have a B1.5. It's called Legacy of the Unknown. I didn't print that one because it's like 76 pages. And they're putting out a hardback version of it right now. I just... what's his name? Bill Barsh, the guy who owns it and writes a lot of their stuff. Yeah. So, but I don't know. I looked at this and it really, we don't need this. Like this directly connects to this.
Yeah.
But this is sort of a sequel thing that would happen after this is all done.
Got it.
And then B1.5 is like this would lead or be a part of B1.5, and like it sort of follows Rogan and Zeligar to where they disappeared.
Uh-huh.
So this is the fortress of Rogan and Zeligar. Many years ago they went north to do something in the adventure in the barbarian lands, and then this and the other Pacesetter module sort of connect you to where they went in Mr. Barsh's imagination.
Cool.
So, but I don't know. This won't be useful to us up front, and I don't know if we'll use it on the back end, but I got it. And, okay, and then the other problem I have with wanting all the things... Here comes all the things. I don't want to flip in a book all the time, right?
Yeah.
And this is an awesome book, but if you're in a hurry, it's not great to reference.
Yeah.
So I got this and this. Talk about that in a minute. Old-timey, original Dungeon Masters screens. With all the information. But... There's the back side, the player-facing side, and the other player-facing side. For us to use this, I love putting this up on the table, but for us to use this, it's going to have to be way over on the other side of the table, and it's just too far to see all these little numbers.
Also, that'd be a big shadow across the table. Yeah.
That's pretty big shadow across the table.
Yeah, that wouldn't... Mm-mm.
Yeah, we're having lighting issues, too.
Yeah.
But we're not going to have any more microphone issues.
No
and
sound issues. No, we've got new microphone. It's working well as of my tests, although my tests always seem to work well.
So this, awesome Jeff Easley artwork, but this is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. I'm so sorry to get negative. It's a screen for players.
But yeah.
It's got equipment. It's got weapons.
I mean, it'd be a cool thing to lay out on the table, but you don't really need it to block anybody from seeing your stuff if you're a player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the heck? What the heck? And I'll talk about this later, but I just noticed it has a combined matrix. Up until here.
Yeah.
What is the year on this? 85. So it's got all the classes. Am I reading that right?
It appears.
It does. It has all the classes.
Yeah.
Now, it's got fighters, clerics. It doesn't say magic user. It says mage.
Yeah.
And thief. So it's interesting it says mage.
Yeah, it specifies down here, though, magic users and illusionists.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's just mage is short for
Yeah.
magic user. It doesn't have the Cavalier, and this was the same year that Unearthed Arcana came out and made the Cavalier a 5th archetype. There were other things, and things started to go off the rails after that because the archetypes got all mixed up. But
Yeah.
this is a combined chart, so that's kind of interesting. It's an official TSR combined chart, the only one I've ever seen from TSR that has all four, because in the DMG the charts are all, there's a fighter chart and they're all separate. So I, on my own, went and made a combined chart with all the classes, and then I put all the dragon. Do you remember me working on this?
I do remember.
I put all the Dragon Magazine classes on it, except for the joke ones. There's like some joke classes like bureaucrat and politician and jock and accountant. I didn't add those, but I added all the Dragon Magazine classes onto it. All the Unearthed Arcana classes. I even put on the Oriental Adventures classes.
Cool.
And it's interesting because you can see where the game starts to break down as far as game design. And it happens with the classes in Dragon Magazine, and it happens with Oriental Adventures, because that's the first time that that subclasses start attacking in ways that deviate from the archetype on the table, but you can't see it unless you put them all onto one table next to each other.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. But you expect, like, the Dragon Magazine classes were made by amateurs, most of them. So you would expect some wonkiness, but hey, man, Oriental Adventures was made by Zeb Cook, and I don't think he understood how honestly, when you look at it, when you look at the Oriental Adventures classes and how they fit onto the attack matrix, I don't think he understood the way that the archetypes and the attack matrix, and I don't think he understood the basic design of the game at the time, to be honest with you. And you can see it when you put his classes on the same chart as all the other classes. You can see it. But anyway, can you imagine a table where players are all sitting behind a screen? I can't.
That would be kind of, I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, somebody bought this, and then I got it off of eBay, but I don't think I will ever use it. I'm not going to. Can you imagine me going to, like, our D&D game, our OSE game?
Yeah, and putting up a
screen as a player? Like, hey, don't look at my character sheet. Yeah. Oh, come on. Anyway, so I got that. But these are going back on the shelf because I went online. And I kind of went crazy because I have this problem. And it's part of the reason why it's been 3 weeks since our last recording. And actually, it's going to be 3-4 days probably until we get this loaded.
Yeah.
But what is today? This is Sunday night, the 3rd?
3rd. Yes, the 3rd of November.
November 3rd. Happy November, everybody. And by the way, well, never mind. So I got a little DM binder started, and I went online and I found all these reference things so that I don't have to look in the book. Of course, I'm talking about this book. So I'm over prepping is what I'm doing. I'm just totally over prepping. I'm spending too much time over prepping. But okay, wait, let me get through all this. So I found all these DM screens. That's not it. So here's one, really cool, very useful. It shows, loyalty and morale, right?
Yeah.
But like all the modifiers and everything for, like, if you hire somebody to carry your torch or whatever. Okay. Cool. Boom. This is a small one. This is only, let me check. Yeah, this one is only 4 pages. I don't remember where I got any of these, but it's a DM screen. What does there say about this? I don't know. Oh, the Assassins table. Do you want to talk about Assassins?
Well, yeah, we were having this conversation.
And I said, save it for the camera.
Yeah. But, I don't even remember how we got on the topic of the conversation, nor do I. I mean,
were you like saying, why would anyone play an assassin?
no, you were talking about problems with the assassin class, or no? What I don't remember. I don't know. Oh, we were talking about attack tables, and then you were talking about
because. And I learned this recently. I never really played assassins before. When an assassin has, this screen doesn't even have the assassination table. I got an oerik table. Let's see if it's got the assassin. Oh, they don't even have assassins in oerik. Yeah, they do. Oh, but it's not on the oerik table. Assassins have their own chart. Their chance to assassinate. See if I can find it real quick. Come on. It is here somewhere. Like everything. Okay, it's not in that at all. It's not on that chart at all. Assassins are a weird thing because they have the ability. Where is it? Ethan. Attack matrix for... Oh, where is it? Here we go. Assassins table for assassinations. So it's a D100 percentage chance based on your level and the level of your victim.
Yes.
Of whether or not you can just kill them.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, we looked at this and we're like, well, what do we... That's dumb. So I just roll, and if I roll well, you're dead, and that's it. There's no 2-hit. There's no damage from your weapon. Nothing. You just roll D100, and that's it. That's the whole combat is, right? And then we didn't really understand at the time because we were kids, but you were supposed to come up with a plan. So you'd say, I'm going to lie in wait outside of the tavern where he drinks every Tuesday night, and I'm going to get up on our rooftop, and I'm going to lie in wait with a big crossbow, and that's how I'm going to assassinate him. And the DM would go, okay, and he would consult this chart, and then if you had a good plan or a bad plan, he would adjust the chart, and then you'd roll, and okay, you'd assassinated him. But you don't really use it in normal combat, except in one case. If the assassin gets surprise, then the assassin can choose to use the assassin table instead of the regular combat table, which means one roll of the dice. It doesn't consider armor class. It doesn't consider how much damage your weapon does. Nothing. It's just one roll of the dice. But an assassin can only use that in combat if he has surprise.
I see.
But we didn't understand that when I was a kid. So we played him like a thief, and we did combat with him like thieves, and we were like, well, how is this assassin an assassin? He can barely hit the side of a barn. We didn't understand it, but I kind of understand it now more. Cool. I think. Maybe not. So anyway, I've got all the things, man. I've got all the things. All these DM screens that I have found. And I got Addict, which is really, it goes step by step with lots of detail, and it's reference to where it is in the, how to do surprise, how to do initiative, how to do every single step of a combat round. It's all in here. So I don't know. Yeah, it's all in here. I printed the whole thing out and stuck it in here. So, all the things. So, combat's going to take forever. Yeah. I think combat's going to take forever, but I'm going to enjoy doing it.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I found a time record sheet, so we can go through, like, there's 6 turns in an hour. So, you enter the dungeon, you light a torch. You can go, okay, that's 1 turn, that's 2 turns. You know how far you've traveled. Yeah. And you can mark off when that torch is going to go out. Okay. And we got put the Darlene map away, so we're not wearing it out anymore, even though it's beautiful. It's an original 1980 printing. I want to get a sleeve, some kind of protector, or even a thin frame for my Darlene maps. I've been doing some shopping, haven't found anything I like yet. I don't think I'll go with a frame. It's weird. It's like 22.5 inches by 35 and an eighth inch. It's a weird size.
Yeah.
I can't find anything that size, but I can find things that are close, like 24 by 36 inch posters. But those things aren't cheap. So
Yeah.
I'm still shopping. I haven't decided how I want to. I want it to be clear so that we can lay it on the table and look at it, but it's protected. I need to find something. I don't want to hang it on the wall. I want it to be table usable.
I see. Cool. Yeah. But now we have a nice battle mat.
And the story behind this. So I was doing some research looking for a battle mat. I have... Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I'm going to run to the other room, but not right now. But
Okay.
in pretty soon, I'm going to run to the other room. You'll have to entertain the internet.
Entertainment.
Yeah. Just for a minute. So I've been looking for a good battle mat, and there's one that everybody loves. It comes in 2 different sizes. It's made by ChessX. It's called the Mega Mat. It's expensive online. It's expensive. It's like $80 online.
Yeah.
But then I realized that there's a bunch of mats at my game shop, and I've known about them, that have been gathering dust nobody's buying at our friendly local game store. And they had them at like $36, and I thought to myself, I don't know if I want to spend $36 on a battle mat. And then they marked them down to $28, and then I still didn't buy it. And then I realized this is the ChessX battle mat that people are paying $80 on the internet for.
Yeah.
So I picked up that $80 awesome ChessX battle mat for... This will also protect the table from the next time I dump a huge bag of dice on the table. It protects the surface of the table too.
That is true.
Yeah. So I thought that we would do a little combat action, or just use this to kind of visualize as we're going through the dungeon. Now, if you're using 25 millimeter figures, which is why I have to go run to the other room because I don't have any minis out here, then a dungeon hallway that's 10 feet wide is 3 squares, and each square equals 3.33 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so a 25 millimeter figure will fit perfectly 3 wide in a 10-foot wide hallway. If you use 3-inch squares, 3 1-inch squares. Okay.
Yeah.
And you can go down to, where's the towel? And this does not erase as well as I thought it would. You can go down to 2 5-foot squares, but then you're going to run into the trouble where your figures are going to kind of overlap the wall a little bit. It's fine, and it takes up a lot more space if 3 inches equals 10 feet.
Yes.
It takes up a lot more space.
Yeah.
So then, so we got the idea of getting these little guys, these markers, and I thought, well, okay, black could be the walls. We run into some orcs or goblins. We can use green. The party can be blue, maybe. And, but if there's a party member that has a torch, okay.
Sure.
And then whatever the distance is, we can just mark it off. Like, okay, this is how far we can see.
Yeah. That red doesn't show up very well on camera.
I can see it. But we have so many lights that we have a glare. But if we take the lights away, then we have some bad shadows and stuff.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, I don't know. Just thoughts.
All right.
Thoughts. And then, but pop that onto the table. I have a chessboard that has 1-inch base chess pieces. And we could just use a whole bunch of pawns for, like, whatever. Orcs, kobolds, whatever. Because I don't have minis, and I'm not going to start painting minis and collecting minis. It's like too much. Okay, something else. These are dry erase markers, and I don't know. Yeah, you can see on camera. Yeah. It's not erasing.
Yeah, put a little spray on there maybe.
I will. So it does require, for anyone out there looking to buy a battle mat, you do have to...
Why don't you... Oh, whatever.
What?
I was just going to say, if you spray it on the towel first instead of on the battle
yeah,
mat.
you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
That way you won't.
You do have to use... So that's a little bit of a pain. That it's supposed to work with dry and wet erase. See, that red's not coming off. Beep.
Okay, so maybe we don't use the red.
But I like the red.
Your mama likes the red.
Yo mama. Are we going to go into... Is this going to be the Yo Mama joke episode?
I don't know. I mean, like, the past 2 days have been the Yo Mama joke episode between the two of us.
Yeah. Which is weird, because then I'm telling jokes about your mom and you're telling jokes about your grandma.
Yeah.
So it's very awkward when we're telling Yo Mama jokes.
Yeah.
So why don't we start off with... All right, I want to go grab my old minis and show what they look like on a battle mat.
All right.
Entertain the internet.
Okay. Tell them what?
I don't know. Tell them how much you appreciate your father.
Okay. All right. I'm going to tell you all how much I appreciate my father. Okay. He does some cool stuff like play D&D. He also has lots of books that are good reading. And... you know, you might as well go for a soda.
Oh, good song. I just introduced him to that song. Might as well go for a soda.
Nobody dies and nobody drowns, or
right.
something like that.
No one gets hurt.
No one gets hurt and nobody drowns.
Oh, yeah, so we came up with... Hold on, I forgot about this. So we came up with the other idea is just write it on sticky tabs. Like Paladin, Fighter, Cleric, whatever. Goblin 1, Goblin 2, Goblin 3, Goblin 4. And stick those on here. That could work too.
It could.
They're not the right size, and I don't want to get out a pair of scissors and start snipping, but it could work.
Yep.
And this could work tracking segments. So just write Goblin number 1. He starts on segment 2. Put him on segment 2, and then, okay, he's not going to move. So move him. He's not going to shoot a bow. He's not going to cast a spell. Okay, he's going to do melee, or he's going to stand in place and whatever. He's just going to be right there during the rest of the round. So who knows? Whatever the case may be.
Okay.
But for segment tracking. And maybe even for your battle mat battles.
Battle mat battles.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, so I'm just showing off right now. I've had these since I was a kid. These are very expensive to buy on the internet now. Woo! Oh, one of them's kind of painted. Can the camera see?
You put it a little closer to the camera. Put it up closer. Yeah.
There's bad lighting.
Yeah.
We have bad shadows in here. We've got to figure out.
Well, it's because of that. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter why. We'll figure it out. Hopefully.
I painted that when I was like 10. These are lead. We didn't play around with pewter and plastic, man. We used lead, baby. And I don't know if the camera can see it, but
yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
But the bottom part of his spear is all bent. It's because it's lead, and it's old lead, so I'm not going to try to bend it back. But okay, so these are, and this is like, I think this is supposed to be a hill giant. I'm not sure, but these are 25 millimeter figures.
Or move those out of the way so we don't have the shadow.
Get rid of the
yeah,
shadow.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
These are 25 millimeter figures. Now we have an overhead. Oh, I painted this one. I kind of like this one.
Put a little closer to the camera. You can't see it.
He's like hooded.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's too dark.
Yeah. Here. I've here.
What are you gonna do?
Show it off. Show it off.
Yeah, I painted that when I was like 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Okay.
Anyway, what is this set called? This set is called. Orc's Lair. The set is called the Orc's Lair. That's not an orc, so it probably doesn't go in this box. But anyway, these are 25 millimeter figures. Grenadier used to make them the right size back in the day. Here's a troll. And most of them aren't painted. But so if two squares, I'm not going to use the troll. Let me get some human characters here. Here's another human, I think. I think it's an orc. Yeah, it's an orc, but that's okay. So, if you wanted to, you could squeeze 3 characters into 2 5-foot squares. I guess that works. They look kind of crowded, though.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better to do 3.33, and that way they can fight 3 wide in a hallway, which the rules say they can do.
Cool.
And it matches like if it doesn't quite match. Actually, that would look better. I don't know. I mean, if that was a 5-foot square, if that 1-inch square was 5 feet, then that would be a lot closer. I don't know. But I don't know. Gary said at some point 25 millimeter figures are best done with 3 squares equals 10 feet. But 2 squares equals 10 feet works also. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. This one's gruesome. He's like got an axe and he's holding a head. And I painted the axe red and I painted the bottom of the head red.
Axe is so bent.
Yeah, the axe is so
funny.
bent. I don't know if the camera can see that.
Yeah, you can
not
kind
gonna
of see.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I didn't paint most of these. I've had these since I was, I don't know, 9, 10, 11 years old. Long time. But we're not going to use these because I'm not going to paint them. And they're old, and I don't want to wear the boxes out. And I don't know. We're not going to use them. So I don't want to use them. And if I do start using minis, I'm going to start wanting more minis. Right? Because like I don't have like a Dwarven Cleric mini, and I'm going to go having to buy a Dwarven Cleric mini. No.
Next thing you know, you got 100,000 minis.
And you got to paint them, and you got to store them, and how on earth do you do that, like, so that you know what you have? Like, do you put all the dwarves in one box? I don't know, I think it's hard to find 25 millimeter minis these days. I think most of them being sold are 28 millimeter, and I don't understand that. I don't know. A 28 millimeter mini would just be too big for a 1-inch square. I don't know how you make that jive. But everybody seems to be selling 28 millimeter minis now.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, yeah, that's where we're at. So, the only thing holding me up, I think, is I want to make a spreadsheet of the Greyhawk calendar, which won't take me very long. I just haven't done it yet. I want to make a spreadsheet of the Greyhawk calendar, like every day of the year is on one row. It is on its own row. And then I've got columns, okay? Like one column will be holidays, so I can fill in all the holidays that I can that I can track down in my research, right? It's like
Cool.
Like I know Midsummer's Eve is according to the Players Handbook, and some other places, Midsummer's Eve is a big holiday for druids. That's when they have to go out with their little golden sickles and they have to cut mistletoe, which they need to cast their most powerful magic. So it's an important night for druids. So like, I want that on the calendar. Druid Midsummer's Eve.
Yeah.
Just you name it. Like all these different holidays that are in the setting, I want to get them on the calendar. And I'm missing
What are you looking for?
my props. I was going to throw out the World of Greyhawk books, but
The ones that are behind you.
I have books behind me on the couch.
You put them there.
Oh my god. I don't deserve these. I'm not taking care of them if I'm putting them behind me on the couch. Okay. These are out of print, man. Well, there is a print on demand mishmash thing you can get, but
Okay.
whatever. Okay. So do we want to so the plan was run through a combat.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Should we do what?
Comment. I was gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. That I was just gonna
What?
ask if we were go if I can't speak.
Uh-oh.
I was gonna ask if we
Drink
should
a
do
beer. Wait a minute.
comments.
Wait.
Okay. Wait.
All right,
Wait.
Stop. Drink your beer.
Okay.
Wait. Here. Let's see if it can. Okay. See.
Okay.
We'll see if the
Yeah.
microphone picks that up. If there's an echo when we watch this recording, I'm gonna be.
Then it's my. Oh
No,
dang! I have
no.
to bleep that now. Hold on. I gotta write down a timestamp.
Yeah, you do have to bleep it because you're not talking about the donkey kind.
Yeah. Sorry.
You're talking about the posterior kind.
Okay. Sorry.
Did you write down the time
Yeah,
so you
I
can bleep
did.
it?
I
Oh, you're
don't
so
want to
dumb.
have to go back and.
Have we
find
had
it.
a video where you haven't bleeped yourself? Oh, no, you've only bleeped yourself like twice so far.
No, I think this is gonna be like my fourth or fifth time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Do we want to talk about YouTube or anything like that? Do we want to talk about... we talked about Assassins. Do we want to talk about the discussion about solo role-playing games versus computer role-playing games?
Do we want to have that conversation? We can.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
Do you think it would be interesting? To have?
I mean, we can have that. Sure.
I don't know what to do.
Okay. I mean, because like we were talking about it a couple weeks ago, and I mean,
So I was in a Discord.
yeah,
And somebody brought up, and this is back before we put up episode 4, but I forgot to bring it up when we were filming. Sorry, episode 5.
yes,
But I forgot to bring it up. But we did talk about it way back then, like 3-4 weeks ago.
yeah,
And the point was, so I'm posting our videos in various Discords, and somebody said, not a rude comment, but somebody said, I don't see any functional difference between a solo role-playing game and computer role-playing games, because what he said, and I don't have an argument with it, is that in a computer role-playing game, you're using the rules that are coded into the game to sort of govern everything. And in a solo tabletop role-playing game, you're using the rules that are coded into the game in the same way, basically.
yeah. I mean, I had an argument, or not my argument was that I want to play AD&D, and there really aren't video games out there. I mean, there are some that are close, but there aren't games out there that are as close to AD&D.
There were some gold box games back in the late 80s,
Yeah.
early 90s.
And I've got them. Some of them.
But I mean, you camp in the dungeon. There's no town you go
Yeah,
back to. There's no hex crawling. It's all dungeon crawling.
Yeah, and then the other part of my argument was
it's not the full game.
Yeah.
It emulates some of the game rules, but it's not the full game.
Yeah, and the other part was that this is open world. If you decide that you want to just hop on a road and start going south, you can do that, and you can't always do that in a video game. There are limits, and there are, I mean, yeah.
Right.
So I like
Eventually,
that,
you're going to reach the edge of the server.
yeah. I mean, I like that if I want to, I can get on a horse and, ride all the way till there's no more land, and then get in a boat and start sailing even farther.
And then dive off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so yeah, whatever. I mean,
there are computer role-playing games that let you do that.
there are, but then it goes back to, I want to play AD&D rules. I want to play this game.
I agree.
I
agree. And I also I like the setting. Yeah. That was another thing that I pointed out is there is no World of Greyhawk online.
Yeah. I mean, there's like Forgotten
you can
Realms.
run around in.
There's Forgotten Realms games, but there's no...
I mean, the MMO...
I'm not talking about the MMO.
There's a Dungeons and Dragons online, but I think that's Forgotten Realms. I think it's not Greyhawk.
The only Forgotten Realms games I know are those single player ones. But
and it uses third edition mechanics that are coded into the game rules, and it's a different game. So we I don't think we can get this exact experience, but I do agree with him that we're using game rules to sort of facilitate things, because I don't want to be a story gamer.
Yeah.
I don't want to just say, oh, I do have a little story game world building thing I thought of.
Okay.
But I'll come back to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do. What was I even saying?
I mean, I'm not saying that I don't enjoy playing RPG video games, because I do.
That's the thing.
I also play those.
Right.
I just, I want to do both, and I can, and I am.
I
doing
don't
both.
anymore. I used to for a long time.
I mean, I've been playing Skyrim, so I mean that's a ton of fun in my opinion. But I also want to play this, and so I'm getting the best of both worlds.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep, so it's an interesting... functionally, maybe they're not any different, but also, when you're playing in a computer game, all the little pixels on your screen are showing you what your avatar is looking at.
There's more imagination.
All we have here is artwork to tell us what we're looking at. We don't, maps and artwork and our imaginations. We don't have... anything else. Come on, artwork. I know you're here. Artwork. All we have is really cool artwork and our imaginations to tell us what our avatars, what our characters are looking at. It's a different experience, but I don't think either one of them is bad. So I don't know, and I don't care if somebody else tries to do this or not either. Yeah. So
we're just having fun, and we're putting it on the internet.
It wasn't an argument; it was a discussion. It was an interesting discussion.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, world building.
Yeah.
Remember, we came up with the idea that this town is called Bloom Peak.
Yeah.
And there's a hill over here.
Yeah.
Which hill do we want to pick? Actually, I like the shape of this hill more.
Okay, we can do that one.
So I thought of some lore, and this is a little story gamey.
Okay.
But we arrived randomly at the name Bloom Peak, so I'm trying to fill in why it's called Bloom Peak.
Sure.
There's a hill right next door, right outside of town. I don't know if the camera can... Yeah, the camera sees it.
Yeah.
Right here. There's a hill. You can see the little sides of the hill on the map. And there's another one over here, but it's kind of peanut-shaped, and a tiny one here, tiny one here. But this is nice and kind of round and not too big. So let's say that Bloom Peak is named after this little hill.
Yes.
And I came up with an idea. The local legend, and this is story gamey, I'm just making this up. It's not going to affect us in any way. It's not going to give our characters anything.
Uh-huh.
It's just a little lore for this village. There is a deity named Elana. And Elana sometimes appears as an elf, and sometimes she appears as a human. And she is the goddess of meadows and forests and nature, one of them.
Yeah.
And she's worshipped by druids and clerics. She's worshipped by humans and elves. That kind of fits into the Greyhawk lore, because in the Greyhawk lore, the elves and dwarves and gnomes were in the flanaess. And then the first humans came along, and they were the flan. And the flan learned their magic or higher magic from the elves. Okay?
Okay.
And they learned some of their crafting from the dwarves. And I mean, all of a sudden these humans showed up.
Yeah.
And that's where the old faith comes from, the druid religion in Greyhawk. That's where it descends from those early people, the Flan people. So Ilana has this tie-in between those early days of elves and humans first interacting in the flanaess. So let's say we know that this is a Flan community and a Flan duchy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that the legend is that Ilana was passing through here once long ago, and she maybe she just spent the night laying on this hill, the goddess of meadows, and ever since then, around the clock, year round, there are flowers blooming all over this hill, wildflowers, even in the winter. Like if the snow isn't too deep, they'll poke up through the snow.
Cool. I like it.
Okay, and so the local legend is the reason why there's flowers growing year-round on this little hill is that, who knows how long ago in ancient days, Ilana passed by this area, and she spent the night laying on that hill, and ever since then it's been blessed by her presence.
Cool.
So that's why the town is called Bloom Peak. And I would say, like, the local people probably go there to worship her, but they don't climb onto the hill.
Yeah,
like, it's probably forbidden to climb onto the
base.
hill. Right. How do you like that for the lore?
I like that a lot.
It explains the name of the town that we rolled randomly.
Yeah. I like it a lot.
And it ties it into the deities and the setting.
Cool.
Cool?
Cool.
And now I thought we could even go deeper, and we could say, actually, this is an ancient burial mound that was blessed by somebody long ago.
Buddy. Okay.
Somebody.
Oh,
some deity.
Somebody. Okay.
Some high-level priest.
There's a little bit of a gap there. So
Sorry.
Somebody.
Well, they were probably somebody's buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, everybody should have a buddy. I have a buddy.
Yeah.
You have buddies.
I do have buddies.
I have buddies. Okay. Anyway, what if it is actually a burial mound? I mean, our characters are not going to go digging into it.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool.
If our characters were dumb enough to go digging into it, or they'd be in hot water with the locals. It's a sacred place. The town is named after it, Bloom Peak. And it was blessed by Ilana. They believe, the legend is, they believe it was blessed by Ilana. Cool?
I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
So now we know why the town is named Bloom Peak.
Cool.
And we know that there's a little hill that's always covered year-round in wildflowers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
A little world building. Okay. Comments?
And
then we'll just do combat.
All right.
We're just gonna bust out dice and we're gonna do combat and our character sheets, and we'll do practice combat. Like we'll take your paladin against an orc. I'll play an orc. You bring out your paladin. We'll run a combat. We'll just go through step by step.
I haven't played AD&D combat.
No. You don't have to do anything. I'm the one who. It's all the burden's on me. You just keep your character alive.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
And then we'll roll out the whole party, 14 characters, and just line them up against 14 orcs, and just have a brawl. And just go through the rules so we kind of feel comfortable with it. I'm especially worried about segment tracking. And I think what we'll do is I don't have a segment tracking sheet. I think what we'll do is I'll tap your leg and tell you to hit pause, and then we'll start filling out sticky flags so we can track segments or something like that.
Okay.
It's not going to really matter so much if we're just doing a small combat, but if we're doing 14 against 14, just practice. Practice combat session.
Okay.
Cool. What do you got?
All right. So first comment is on episode 2 from Past the Grits. Maybe the palace was cursed decades ago. It's there on the outskirts, but the village folk give it a wide berth.
Oh!
Is the curse for real? Nobody knows for sure.
Oh! Nice. What's his name? Past the Grits.
Yeah.
I like that comment. Thank you so much. I like that idea. We did roll a palace, and we rejected the roll thinking, there's not going to be a palace here. That doesn't make any sense. But he has a great idea. Wait, say again, read it again.
Sorry. Maybe the palace was cursed decades ago. It's there on the outskirts, but the village folk give it a wide berth. Is the curse for real? Nobody knows for sure.
So what he's saying is, there doesn't have to be a palace right here.
Yeah, we could put it like over here, wherever. Yeah.
All right, now there are some great canned adventures that are just like haunted houses, haunted mansions.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
And we could drop one. And I haven't played most of them. Like, for example, Teagle Manor. It was put out by Judges Guild way back in the 70s. And it was reprinted after Judges Guild went out of business. It was reprinted by Luzaki's company, Game Science, in like 1988. And then most recently, it's in print now. And like an updated, expanded version is in print now by Frog God Games.
Cool.
And I have the PDF for it.
All right.
And I've looked through it. I feel like I'm missing a map or something. The map's in it in the PDF. I'm not able to. Like, I'm having trouble matching up the text and the maps and everything. And I can't print it because I only have a black and white printer. And the maps are colored and they're like these beautiful maps. But we could drop Teagle Manor. Not the village that's in Teagle Manor, and not the like. There's also they added. There's also like a pirate camp on the coast and everything else, but just the haunted house.
Yeah,
it's like a classic 1970s haunted house. It's super deadly though. Like it's there's no rhyme or reason. There's no ecology. The story is that there's a family that owns this house. They want to get rid of it, but they can't because there's a curse, and they're just stuck with this haunted house. They don't really live there anymore. They live in town, but they still own the land and they still own the house, and nobody will buy it from them. There's like some kind of curse where they're just somehow, even if they manage to unload it, like a couple generations later, it somehow comes back into their family's possession again. And it's just like this ongoing curse that they would love to be broken, but they just can't get rid of this cursed mansion, abandoned mansion. That's the backstory. It's just a haunted house, and there's hardly any dungeon ecology. There's a lot of really cool encounters, but it's also scary, deadly. So we could just like put Teagle Manor somewhere on here.
Yeah.
Or there's other stuff like that. What's his name?
That was Pass the Grits.
Pass the Grits. Great idea. What video was that on?
That was on episode 2.
Okay. Great. That's a great idea, man. I think I want to do it. But I've got a whole bunch of canned adventures that are just like haunted houses.
Yeah.
That we could just drop. Like we could do Palace of Silver Princess, but I don't really want to. Not Palace of Silver Princess. I would place that in Perrinland. What's it called? Castle Amber. Castle Amber is another example of a palace that's like haunted. You know, we could stick Castle Amber somewhere around here. But I don't know if I want to do that. I'm very familiar with it. I've run it and played in it several times. I'd like to use something I haven't used before. I don't know. I don't know if like Castle Zentilian would fit. I've heard awesome things about it. I have it, but I haven't run it or played in it. Gene Weigel's Broken Castle might be cool. It's an old school AD&D, sort of castle that's got haunted and full of treasure or whatever.
Cool.
There's just tons of stuff. I'm not I've got other examples. I'm just not thinking of off the top of my head. I think I want to do that though. I think I want to like drop Teagle Manor or something like it nearby because we did roll a palace and again, what's his name?
It's Pass the Grits.
Pass the Grits. Thanks, man. Great idea. Yeah. We might do it. I like the idea. Okay.
Yeah, very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. All the rest of the comments are on our episode 5.
Okay.
The first one is from RWU Studios.
Yeah, he goes by R-Dubs. Yeah, I know him or of him. I don't know. I think we're in some Discords together. I don't know. We haven't really talked to each other, but yeah, go on.
Okay. Combat is side-based rolls with individual modifiers. This allows a single roll that then has the segment modified by the PC bonus for that PC. Save yourself the pain of multi-dice rolls, sirs. Thanks for the content.
Yep, you're right. Yeah, so yeah, I checked the rules. Well, I don't know. The rules, I think, what I read say do group initiative.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong. Even if the rules say do individual initiative, if you got 14 people in a fight, oof.
Yeah.
That's an awful lot. So you're right, but I might just go as... Let's see what Addict says. I don't know. Like I'm tempted to try Stupid Crunchy before I give up and just go with... I'm just tempted to try it, but I agree with you. By the way, if anyone is into original D&D, he's got a channel with a bunch of videos where he's soloing original D&D and some other stuff. I've been... going through his channel. I've been subbed to him for a while, but I've been going through his channel and watching his old videos, and he's got some cool stuff in there about original D&D. So,
cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, R-Dubs.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, are you ready for the next one?
Yep.
All right. This one is from Mike Dymart. Good, bad, I'm the guy with the gun. Ash, Army of Darkness.
Yeah. I can't think of another line for that movie, but yep, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Funny movie.
Gotta love it. Okay, next one is...
That was the character's name, Ash. I couldn't remember the character's name last time. Ash.
Yeah.
Ash is the character's name. Yep, thanks, dude.
Yeah. Okay. The next one is from Denola J. Yeah, I'm going to say that. Enjoying these. Greetings from Belgium, Europe. Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying. Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading about initiative.
Did you hear me read the comment?
I'll read it again. I've read it before. Okay, go again.
All right.
I'm sorry.
From Denola J. Enjoying these. Greetings from Belgium.
Oh, yeah. There's been another ones. No. Okay.
No, that's
okay.
18 hours ago.
Okay, yeah. Thanks, dude. He's got, yeah, thank you for dialing in from Belgium. That's so, will you look up how to say thank you in Dutch?
Oh, yeah.
Just like Google it, Google Translate thank you in Dutch. I'm sorry, I was going to do it ahead of time.
Oh, no,
and, I'm not prepared. Typical DM, not prepared. Yeah, so Addict, while he's looking at stuff, I'll just say what I'm looking at here. So this guy, DM Prada, who I've talked about before, let's see, March 2006, I printed this off. This is over at Knights and Knaves Ale House, same place where you find the deity base that I linked on our earlier video. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Initiative and Combat Table. He goes meticulously through the whole combat sequence. You don't have to do it this way, but he cites every little place that he gets this information from in all the rule books. And it does say each participant does not make a separate initiative roll. However, dexterity adjustment for individuals does get used. Initiative bonuses do not apply to characters. Okay. One exceptional monster. Okay. Yeah, I mean, according to him, it's side-based. What's his citation? 65. Dungeon Master's Guide, page 64, says side-based initiatives. So the rules say don't do individual initiative, then let's follow the rules.
Cool. All right.
Okay, that's one less crunchy thing we have to worry about.
Okay. All right. I hope I'm saying this right. Bedankt.
I'll try.
Okay.
Bedankt. It's Dutch for thank you?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh,
That's English.
bedankt. Huh, interesting. I think so. He's got a channel.
Here.
He's got a channel, and his channel. I think I could be wrong. It might be German, but I think it's in Dutch.
Okay.
Bedankt.
Yeah. Here.
What's his name?
Bedankt.
What's his name?
I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Denola J.
That's fine. Denolage.
Okay.
I don't know. Hey man, not bedankt. What is it?
Yeah.
Bedankt.
Bedankt.
Oh, that sounds like a made-up word in English. Bedankt. Okay, thank you. Bedankt. Okay, that's it for that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a I've been drinking beer break. Let's hit pause, and I will. You haven't done it yet, have you? All right, and then like at this point, we can like put in some cool old school artwork, like a card of it.
Okay.
And then we'll come back.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
We're live.
We are?
Yeah.
We're back? Okay,
Yeah,
let's
we're
do a sound check.
Oh.
Ready for a sound check? Go.
Oh, I got it all over the mic. Where's the towel? Some on the tail.
Yeah, that's more important.
Mic. Hopefully, I didn't just.
That's good for the mic.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's like flavoring.
Well, everybody probably just heard me drag a towel across foam.
You're supposed to have a beer-soaked microphone.
Yeah.
That's when you know it's a good mic, when it smells like
I run that
stale
over the top of your
beer.
boxes just to make sure there's no beer on there.
No, there isn't.
Okay.
I don't want to touch this rag to those
There's a little
boxes.
right here.
Okay, we're good. Okay, so we discovered, we took a little break. What do we do? Well, we watched what we did previously, some of it, to make sure there was no echo. Gosh, so sorry, that was horrible. Okay, pull out your paladin, man. Let's run a.
All right.
Let's run a battle. Let me pull out this and look up orc.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry about that.
Okay, let's see. Is orc gonna be under O? Let's find out. What is this? This is the Monster Manual. There is only one. Orc. Oh.
What about the second one?
Oh, recognize this guy? We got attacked. Oh, I don't think you were there. We got attacked by one of those in our OSE campaign.
That's not the thing that was throwing the...
No, that's a manticore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got attacked by a manticore too. But the Periton, they were just random. He was rolling, random encounters.
Yeah.
Okay, one orc. I need paper.
I got paper. I got lots of paper.
Just
Too many papers.
Flip it open. Give me a blank page. I don't like your paper, your pencil that requires sharpening.
It's
Okay.
called like a pencil.
Yeah, but this is a pencil.
Yeah, but this one's better.
Okay. All right. So armor class 6, AC 6. Hit dice 1. Roll a d8. 7. He's got. Hit dice 1. HP 7 HP. Uh-oh. How many do you have?
I have 10.
Number of attacks 1. Damage attack 1 to 8 or by weapon type. So 1 to 8 is probably, let me see, it's probably a sword. Hold on. It's probably, what weapon does 1d8? It's probably
A sword.
longsword.
Yeah.
They hate the light.
Actually, I don't know about in 8. Is it the same as OSC
I don't know.
for damage?
No,
No?
it's not.
Oh,
There are
then
differences.
I don't know. I know in OSC a longsword does D8.
It doesn't say. Oh, you can roll here to see what weapon they're using.
What
Let
do
me-
I need to roll?
It's percentage. Hang on.
Okay.
Let's see if it adds up to 100. Because sometimes it doesn't. So 30, 40, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, 100. It adds up to 100. So roll a D100.
74.
74. Let me count backwards. So that's going to be 80. So he has an axe.
All right.
Axe. Can you look up what damage an axe does? Do you have your player's handbook?
Yes, I do.
All right. It'll be the battle axe, not the hand axe.
Yep.
Leaders and above always have 2 weapons. They are cruel and hate living things in general. We're not going to say anything about the Mexican orcs, are we?
No.
Nothing.
Okay. Battle axe. It does.
Accomplished tunnelers and miners.
I don't even know what I'm looking at right now.
Damage.
I don't even see damage on here.
Yeah, flip it over.
Oh.
Damage versus
go.
medium.
Battle axe damage versus medium is 1 to 8.
Oh, perfect. Versus medium is 1 to 8.
Yeah, and it's also the same for large.
Okay. I'm just looking to see if it says anything about. And as orcs will breed with anything, there are any number of unsavory mongrels with orcish blood, particularly orc goblins, orc hobgoblins, and orc humans. Orcs cannot breed
Mom's
with
an orc
elves.
hobgoblin.
Half orcs tend to favor the orcish strain. Yeah. They favor unpleasant colors in general. Their armor tends to be unattractive, dirty, and often a bit rusty. These are not pleasant. Orcs. They live for 40 years. They don't live very long. Okay, I was hoping to see. So, this came out at the same time as the Holmes box set. It uses basic D&D armor class that starts with 9. And then by the time the Player's Handbook came out, they adjusted it so unarmored is 10 in advanced D&D in the Player's Handbook. But in this book, the armor class is still using the original D&D armor class. It starts with 9.
So if you add 1 to the armor class, then
I don't know if I
oh.
should or not. So it says armor class is 6, but I'm looking to see if it specifically says what kind of armor they use. So I can get a true armor class. Otherwise, we'll just go with 6.
Okay.
I don't see where it says specifically what armor they favor. Nowhere.
Okay. So 6
Okay.
in here is studded.
Studded? Okay, well, you're going to be fighting
Or
against
wingman.
armor class 6.
Okay.
Okay.
My AC is 3.
All right. Put the orc down.
The orc?
This is the orc.
That's the orc. Okay.
There's the orc. Put. Okay.
Oh wait, here. This is my paladin.
No. No. What color should it be? Blue?
Sure.
This is your paladin, but I'm going to have to erase it. This is your paladin.
Okay.
We're going to say that you're meeting in the open.
It's a duel.
Okay, roll a d6 for you.
4.
Okay, that's good. Roll a d6 for the orc.
5.
5. Okay, so nobody is surprised.
Okay.
All right. So you're supposed to roll for distance. If surprise happens, then you roll to see how far away you are from each other. So how do we determine that here? Surprise did not happen, but that doesn't mean that we can't roll anyway, right?
Sure.
All right. Hang on. I'm looking in a book, and it's off camera. I'm looking at a book off camera. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. Splash Dam. I know it's in one of these sheets. So I don't have the whole book to look through. I only have these sheets that I printed. Okay, here we go. If both sides are surprised. Okay, nobody is surprised. Do you have... Okay, that was to roll if anybody was surprised.
Yeah.
Nobody is surprised. So at this point, you state your actions. This is you.
Yeah.
Wait, let's determine the distance. Hold on. If outdoors, should we count this as outdoors?
Sure.
Outdoors?
Yeah.
Say daylight. Okay, roll 6d4.
64. All right, here's 2 of them. 2 4s.
Okay, 8. I'll tally it.
3 and another 4.
8, 12,
15.
15. 2 more d4s. 6 d4s. 15. I need 2 more d4s, please.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Plus 2 more 3s.
21. So you are at 21 inches. Outdoors, that's 210 yards away from each other.
Okay.
Woo! Okay. So you both see each other. Neither one of you is surprised. So you are 210 yards away from each other.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. So let me see what an orc's movement rate is. I should have written that down. I should have left this page open. Okay, I'm doing everything off camera. All right, let's see what an orc's movement range is. You're 210 feet away from each other.
Yeah.
Ethan, you're 210 feet away from an orc. Get
210
back
yards
inside
away
the
from the
house. Yards. Get back inside the house immediately, young man. Okay. Movement. 9 inches.
Mine is also 9 inches.
Yours is also 9 inches. Okay, move. So I don't have to keep looking at the book. 9 inches. Yeah. Set that over here. Okay, so you're 210 away from each other. You can move 9. So you're going to move towards each other to fight?
Yeah.
Okay, is that what you want to do? Sure, why not?
Yes.
So we're going to close that gap of 180, 90. He's coming at you with his axe. You got a what?
I have a Morning Star.
You got a Morning Star. So we're not going to roll initiative because you're not actually in range to fight each other. You don't have weapons to shoot at each other. Otherwise, I would say let's roll initiative.
Okay.
You're too far away to even fight each other right now. So, and technically the rules say you only roll distance.
For surprise.
For surprise. But I need to know the distance.
Yeah.
So you encountered each other. That's the distance. Okay, and I could be wrong about that. You need a way to, if you're outdoors and you encounter somebody, you need to know what the distance is. There are rules for it. We're going to say you're in open plains because there are rules. If you're in a marsh or a forest or rough terrain, then there's a minimum distance for how far away you can be when you contact each other.
Got it. Okay.
And the minimum distance for a forest is like 0. Like you can literally run into each other and be face to face in a forest, according to the rules. Which, you know, sure, why not? It's a thick jungle, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, you're out in the open. It's outdoors. You're 210. Okay, you can both close at 9 inches. So this should be 200. Where's the rag? This should be 210 feet, not 210 inches. 210 feet. I think
Yards.
Yards. Right. But it's not inches, so I'm putting a foot mark. All right, fine. That's fine. I think that this works better with beer on it.
Perfect.
Yeah. You're 210 yards away from each other, but you're going to close 90 one way, 90 the other. That's 180 yards. That leaves you're going to be 30 yards apart from each other. Okay?
Okay.
So you're going to be 30 yards apart from each other on the next round. So that was round 1. You ran into each other. What?
Nothing. Round 1. We walk towards each other.
Well,
No, I understand.
It's a period of time in the game. It's not boxing.
No, I get it. I get it.
So you're going to be 30 yards. So let's just use 3 squares. You're going to be 30 yards away from each other. Oops. Paladin.
Okay.
Okay. You are now 30 yards away from each other. Now I think we need to roll initiative.
Okay.
So roll a d6 for yourself. You're rolling a d6 for the orc is what you're doing. To see what segment he starts on.
2.
2. That's... Hold on. You're rolling as the player. You are starting on a 2. You're yeah. Roll, say, all right, I'll roll. Just so that it's not clear. I'm the DM, I'm rolling for the orc. You rolled a 2.
Yeah.
I need to roll high. Actually, it's incorrect. Hold on a sec, I'm already confused. No, I need to roll high. 4. So that means you are going to go on a 4 and the orc is going to go on a 2. Okay. Segments.
Yeah.
Let's write the segments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 segments. Okay, and Mr. Paladin is going on the 4th segment, starting to go on the 4th segment. Okay?
Okay.
You with me?
I'm with you.
And Mr. Orc, pencil, Orc, is starting on the 2nd segment this round. Now he can move 9 yards to close and still fight. So the question, or he can close this distance, but he can't fight. Okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
He can, if he moves his full movement of, he needs a third of his movement to reach you. Now there are house rules. Here's how I understand it. There are house rules that you can move a third or half your movement, and still fight in a round, in the same round. Okay, but those are house rules. I think rules is written as you divide it by 10. Okay, so he can move 9 feet. If these are 10-yard squares, he can move 9 yards and still fight. But that doesn't really benefit him. So if he moves here, he can still fight, but he's given up his initiative. But if he charges at you, he can get an advantage to do damage and to hit, but you might get a chance to hit him first.
Okay.
What's he going to do?
I don't know.
I think He sees this paladin coming at him. He's going to fight the paladin. I think he might charge the paladin.
All right.
What does he have, an axe?
Yeah.
What do you have?
Morningstar.
Ooh. That's not going to help you in a charge.
Yeah.
I think he's going to charge you. And charge would happen on that same round. You might be dead. You might be dead. Let me go to the charge part. This is crunchy. This is crunchy.
Your mama's crunchy.
Uh-oh. It may not be in here. Ooh. Does he not? Oh, charge. Not possible. Oh! You can't... he can't charge you. He's... What? Normal melee is not possible. Oh, okay. When the opponent's... Sorry. Are you with me, son?
I'm with you.
All right. I know this is crunchy, but we're working out how this works.
Okay.
Charge. Normal melee is not possible when the opponents begin the round over 10 feet away from each other. Okay. So he's here. There's 30 yards in between you. A round must be spent closing, which you just did. Alternatively, the attacker may choose to charge. This brings the charging party into combat on the charging round, provided movement rate allows this, and it does. You're less than 90 yards away from him.
Yes.
He could charge you and attack you right away. Charging bipeds outdoors receive a 1/3 movement bonus, so he could charge up to 120 yards.
Okay.
And you get a half movement bonus if you've got 4 legs, so if you're on a horse.
Mm-hmm.
So he would be able to charge really darn far if he was on a horse.
Yeah.
Encumbered creatures cannot charge. Okay. There's no dexterity bonus allowed for him, but that doesn't matter. Creatures with no dexterity bonus become 1 armor class worse, so he's going to go to armor class 7 when he charges you. There's no penalty. Okay, so by charging you, he's going to go to armor class 7.
Okay.
Are you with me still?
I'm with you.
All right, I'm just following the rules as it says.
Yep.
Initiative is not checked at the end of a charge movement because we've already checked initiative. He's got initiative. The opponent with the longer weapon reach attacks first. Let's look up player PHB. Let's see what has a longer weapon reach. He's going to get a +2 to hit if you don't get to hit him first.
Okay. An Battle Axe has a 4-foot length.
Okay.
And a...
Morningstar.
Yeah, Morningstar. Hold on. Also has a 4-foot length.
All right, so you have to have a longer weapon. So he can roll to hit you.
All right.
I'll let you roll. Roll a d20. Let's see if he hits you.
13.
And your armor class is what?
3.
3, and that's... so wait, he's using what kind of armor do you have on?
I have splint armor and a shield.
I almost forgot something very important. Hold on. All right, I'm going to use my DMG for this. It's just easier. We are using weapon versus armor class. Okay, and he's using an axe. Okay.
Okay.
So, and you have what type of armor?
Splint armor and a shield.
So what is your armor class without your shield or your dex bonus?
I do not have a dex bonus, I believe, right?
What's your armor class without your shield?
A shield adds 1, right? So
Yeah.
it's just it's 4.
4? Okay, so he... Am I looking in the wrong book? I am. I need the player's handbook. I mean, I have it in my DM's binder, and I put it in there so that I wouldn't have to look in the book, and I'm looking in the book. I think we'll probably stop it at this. I'm not going to run a 28-man battle right now.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, so we'll complete this combat, and we'll call it at night.
All right.
All right, hang on. I'm flipping. Okay, he's got a battle axe. And you are armor class 4?
Yeah.
No, you have your armor class. Okay. So he gets a -1 to attack you.
Okay.
We rolled a 13.
So it's a 12.
All right, but we have to go to the combat table. I gotta go to the so he's gonna get a -1 on the combat table, but this is where things get really crunchy.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm bearing with you.
okay, this is where brains are gonna melt.
Okay.
So he gets a -1 because he's using an axe against your type of armor, splint mail.
Yeah.
Okay, it's in other words, your armor is slightly more effective against the type of weapon he's using.
Okay.
All right. However, we don't adjust the die roll.
Okay.
We adjust the armor class that he has to roll to hit.
Got it.
Do you?
I understand.
Okay, because it's confusing.
I'm getting it.
All right, so he has to... He's a one-hit dice monster. Oh, where's the monster attack tables? Including goblins, orcs. Okay, he is a one-hit dice monster. So instead of having to hit instead of having to hit a 4 armor class, he has to hit a 3 armor class. Okay?
Okay.
So he needed a 16 to hit because we applied that -1 to the type of armor he has to hit, the armor class he has to hit, and he rolled a 13. So he missed you. And that's...
Does my shield do anything then? In this scenario?
Oh, it should have. Either way, he missed you.
Okay.
But you're right. You're right. I am wrong. You're right, and I am wrong. So to hit armor class 4. So your true armor class is 3.
Yeah.
I am wrong. He gets a -2 to hit you. That makes it even worse.
Okay.
Okay, so that means he has to hit the equivalent of an armor class 1, and he needed an 18 to hit you. He rolled a 13.
Okay.
So instead of applying the bonuses and penalties of the dice, you're supposed to, rules as written, and people's brains are going to melt if they don't know this, and they've been playing. A lot of us played D&D, AD&D for 40 years without realizing. Like, we played it the wrong way without realizing.
Got it.
But because it's hidden in these little spots in the Dungeon Masters Guide, it's not shouted out.
Yeah.
But if you look at the way Gary played and the way that Len Lakofka played, like his articles, the way he writes his articles and the way he wrote his adventures, he just understood that that those bonuses and negatives are adjusting what armor class you have to overcome. They're not adjusting the dice that you're rolling.
Okay.
And it makes a difference, a very small difference, but it makes a difference on the combat table.
Okay.
Mostly it makes a difference if you're dealing with a really tough creature. But
okay.
It doesn't make a huge difference, but it does make a difference.
Got it.
So I want to do it as intended. Okay. He missed you. He needed an 18 to hit you. You're up. Mr. Paladin, what do you want to do?
I'm going to whack him.
Okay. So you need to roll a d20?
I do.
And let me go back to showing. These are our segments. Okay. Orc, charged, and missed. There's nothing happening this segment. Orc can't do anything else this round. You're up. Segment 4, the Paladin is up.
All right. Ooh.
What is it?
10.
A 10. Okay, what armor class do we say he is?
I don't remember.
6.
6.
Okay, you are using
A Morning Star.
a Morning Star. So,
Yeah.
a Morning Star against armor class 6. You receive a bonus of +1. So that means you have to overcome an armor class of 7. And looking at the chart for fighters, because as a paladin, you fight as a fighter.
Yeah.
So you need to beat armor class 7. Level 1, you needed a 13, and you had a what?
10.
Okay, you missed it by 3. So you have
Right.
both missed each other. You are both done for this round. You
Okay.
cannot move. The round is over. We are starting a new round. Round 3. Round 3. Round 1,
Fight.
you saw each other at a distance, and you closed with each other.
Yeah.
Round 2, you were 30 yards away from each other. The orc won initiative. He charged you. He missed. You missed. And now we're on to round 3. So I will roll for the orc. You roll for yourself. You want to roll high. 2. Okay, so you are going on segment 3. Orc is going on segment 2. Orc is going to try to hit you. Roll a d20.
10 again.
Okay, and then consulting. I am consulting. Page 38 of the Player's Handbook. This is weapon types, general data, blah, blah, blah. It's weapon versus armor class adjustments. So you rolled a what?
10.
Or that actually doesn't matter. He's an armor
Okay.
class 6, and you're using a what?
A Morning Star.
Okay, and that gives you a +1 to hit an armor class 6. I feel like I'm doing something wrong here.
Doesn't he go first?
He did. He just swung at you, and he rolled what?
Oh, that was for him.
Yeah, that was for him. A 10. So
Wait, then why?
so he gets what? What's your question?
Why factor in my weapon?
Why not factor in your weapon?
Because aren't we doing his attack right now?
Yes. Oh, did I say Morningstar?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You asked me what my weapon
Oh,
was.
okay.
He's using an axe.
He has an axe. Okay, so I am making a mistake. All right, 0. There is no there is no adjustment. The
Okay.
adjustment is 0 for him to. No. Your armor class is 4?
Plus a shield 3.
3. Okay, I'm still wrong. Woo! Okay. So he gets a a -2. So that means he needs to hit an effective armor class of 1. Okay.
Sweet.
And I'm going to flip this over. Yeah, this is showing up on camera way over here on the edge.
Yeah.
But nobody can see it anyway. It's out of focus probably. And the camera's too far away. He is 1 hit dice. You are armor class 1. He needs an 18. And
Rolled a 10.
And he rolled a 10. He missed.
Okay.
Okay, you are up next. Roll a d20. You're trying to hit armor class 6.
17.
A 17. Let me look at this chart first, okay?
Okay.
So you are first level fighter. You need to hit armor class 6. You needed a 14, but let's see if there's an adjustment. And you're using
A Morning Star
a Morning Star.
against AC 6.
Thank you. See, if the player helps, this is so much easier. So you get a +1. So that means you need to overcome AC 7. So you need a 13 to hit him, and you rolled a what?
17.
17. Okay, you can roll your damage. You hit him.
All right.
With your Morning Star, you're whacking him. You are coming over the top. Whack.
That is a 2, so that's 4, plus I have a +1 for strength.
How
so
come I cannot read this? Okay.
It's hard to read. You can see that though, right?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, I'll grab another one.
Okay, what is it?
4. 5. Yeah, +1
For strength?
So
Do you get a +1 bonus for your strength?
Yes.
Do you get a to hit bonus with your strength?
I don't get it to hit.
Oh, okay.
Just damage.
Just damage. Okay. So you did 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So he is down to 2 hit points. Ouch. You whacked him good. And he attacked you. You attacked him. We are on to round 4.
Round 4.
Round
Fight.
4. Fight. Let me write it down. Round 4, because it's getting hard to keep track of. Round 4. Round 4. Okay. You roll a d6 for yourself.
6.
4. Wait,
Alright.
so the orc goes on 6. You are rolling for your opponent.
Okay.
Okay. And I rolled a 4, so you are going on round 4. Now, do you want to do anything? What do you want to do? Do you want to run away? Do you want to keep fighting him? What do you want to do?
I want to kill him.
You want to keep fighting him.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, roll a d20 to hit.
10.
And
Okay.
didn't we already determine that was a miss?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just move on.
All right.
Okay. Is it worth looking at again?
I've already rolled a 10 and it did not
And it
hit.
was a miss. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to roll for the orc, or you can roll for the orc. Roll a d20 for the orc.
Ooh.
19. That's a definite hit. No question.
Yeah.
And he does 1d8. Yeah, roll a 1d8. Let's see how much he hurts you.
Oh.
Oh!
Now I'm still alive. I have 2 hit points.
Yeah, okay. Mark your sheet. You're both down to 2 hit points. He did full damage, folks. He whacked him for full damage. 8 points of damage. You have 10 hit points?
Yeah.
Oh, see, my fighter has 4 freaking hit points.
That sucks.
It does.
Yeah.
All right. It's all about the 2-hit roll, I guess. And
Okay.
having better armor and better dexterity and everything. Better strength. Okay.
All right.
That's round,
All
right? He missed. He hit you. You missed him.
Yeah.
All right, we're on to round 5. Wait a minute. Round 5. Round 5. Let's go.
5.
5 for the orc. The orc starts on 5. And the paladin starts on 6. So the orc goes first.
All right.
It's looking dicey. Roll a d20 for the orc to try to hit you with his, what did I say he had?
Axe.
A battle axe.
Oh.
What is it?
That's a D20. That's a nat 20.
You rolled a
That's
nat.
a nat 20. Ooh.
All right, well, we are not using
I know.
crits and fails.
No, I know.
Because it's not in the rules.
Yeah.
Lots of people do home rule crits and fails, and
Yeah.
I've seen it all kinds of ways.
Yeah.
I've seen people. The most common I've seen is just double damage, or some just give you full damage.
Yeah, max damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the most common that I see. But some people have crazy charts where okay, your left arm is gone. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff out there. But we're not using any crits and fails.
Okay.
It's homebrew, and we're just not gonna
All right.
we're not gonna homebrew to that degree right now. Okay. So he hit you D8. You have 2 hit points.
I'm dead.
What did he roll?
That's a 3.
So you are at -1.
Yeah.
Our mighty paladin in round 5.
Has fallen.
And by evening, this orc will be roasting your
Long
limbs. Yeah. He will be feasting on your flesh before the sun goes down, I think.
Yeah.
It was close.
It was close.
You were both down to 2 hit points at one time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. There's more to it. If you turn and run, it gives them an automatic +2 or +4 to hit you one time. Yeah, I mean, if you go around to the flank,
Yeah.
so you guys are mano a mano.
Well, but I mean, in an open field like this, can you really even flank him? Because like,
I guess technically no, but
yeah, if you try and go
but
around, he's just gonna turn.
Your movement rate is 9. Technically, you could go here on your turn and attack.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that would be the flank. That's still the front because no, you couldn't flank him.
Yeah.
What you would need to do is have say this is a person.
Yeah.
You would need to have somebody come up and attack him on the side while you're pinning him in place.
Yeah.
Or even better, from behind that gives you a +2, and if you're a thief,
Backstab.
+4.
Yeah.
If you're a thief or an assassin, +4. So, but that only works if they don't know you're behind them.
Yeah.
So you have to duck down and crawl through the grass or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But they can't know you're behind them. Otherwise, but it's still a +2 if you get up behind somebody. Okay, that wasn't as painful as I thought it would be. But when we've got 14 people,
yeah. I mean, it was getting a little quicker as we.
The whole party's going to start on the same. We're not going to do individual initiative.
Okay.
But then you're going to have weird things where it starts with movement. Some people are going to move, some people aren't.
Yeah.
Some people are going to fire a bow on the next segment. Some people are going to shooting a spell, and then we need to know how many segments that spell takes to go off.
Yeah.
Some people are going to fight melee, which would come that segment, right? So there's an order. It's movement, ranged attacks, spells, starting spells.
Yeah.
And then melee that's the order. Yeah.
All right.
So it's going to be a difficult thing to balance. So right now, I think the thing that hung us up most was weapon versus armor class.
Yes.
But I'm not used to using this. I've never used it before.
It's cool though.
Yeah, do you understand the logic behind it?
Yeah, I get it.
Certain types of weapons were designed to defeat certain types of armor, and certain types of armor were designed to. So the reason you're getting a +1 against him is because. So it assumes like armor class 9.
Yeah.
Is not no armor at all. Armor class 10 is no armor at all. Armor class 9 is just a shield. No armor, just a shield. Okay? Yeah. And then going down from there, it's kind of assuming that it's either just the armor or it's the armor with the shield. But the Morning Star was designed the way it is to reach over and bash somebody get over the top of their shield or the side of their shield. Yeah. It's designed to defeat the shield. Yeah. So that's why it's giving you a little bonus because you're fighting against somebody theoretically who has a shield. Yeah. That didn't appear. I don't think that's in 2nd edition. I don't think it is. I think they dropped that for 2nd edition. I think. I could be wrong. It's not in any of the other versions of D&D. It's simulationist. It's like realistic. Yeah. But it's crunchy. Cool. It's extra stuff. And what I want to do is I want to just say, okay, you get a +2, so your die roll of 3 is now a die roll of 5. Yeah. That's intuitive.
Yeah. But you gotta do it through there.
The correct rule is you're changing the type of armor that you have to overcome on the table. Yeah. All right. Interesting. All right. How do we want to wrap this up? Anything? I think we've been going on long enough.
I don't know.
We're back. Our sound is good.
Yes.
We still got... we had 2 people reach out to me because it's been a few weeks since we posted a video. We had a couple of people reach out to me and say, hey, we hope that you'll continue. And, and I told them both, we'll be back to it, but life's been a little crazy.
It's been busy lately.
Won't go into why.
Yeah.
Okay. But everything's good, and we're back, and actually, it may be a while until we can resume this. Yeah. We got some family members with serious health issues, and that's why part of the reason why we haven't done this in a few weeks, and we have another family member who's having serious medical procedure in about a week.
Yeah.
And we'll leave it at that. But that means probably many hours sitting at the hospital and not playing D&D.
Yeah.
So, which is what we've been doing the last 2 weeks.
Pretty much.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else? Any thoughts? Oh! 2024, 50th anniversary of Dungeons and Dragons. It took us until our sixth session.
Yeah.
You can say it. I'm talking with my hand over my mouth.
Yeah.
Sorry. It took us until our sixth session to mention that it's been 50 years since role-playing games were invented. January 1974. Mm-hmm. And that's part of the reason why I started doing this.
Almost as old as you.
It is younger than me.
I know. That's why I said almost as old as you.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
I
sorry.
was
Whatever. It
I
doesn't
was
matter.
very young when
doesn't
it came
matter.
out.
Yeah. Okay.
I was not aware of it until age 9.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. My this is yours.
Yes, it is.
My Player's Handbook and Dungeon Masters Guide.
Yeah.
The year they were printed,
Mm-hmm.
I was 9 years old. So I either got them when I was 9 or 10.
Cool.
I know by 10, 100% I was definitely playing. That's it. It seems a little anticlimactic. Can we put in something at the end, like a cool piece of art or something?
Sure.
Or, yeah. This is anticlimactic. Our paladin is dead, but it's just a practice session. It's not real. Don't cry. Do you feel like you're going to like tear up your character sheet and rage quit and storm away in tears
No.
because your paladin is dead?
No.
It took you like 20 minutes to make him,
Yeah.
but you're not angry.
It's okay.
All right, because our characters are probably going to drop like rocks.
This is true. Yeah.
All right. I feel like things are crunchy. I don't mind like flipping around and flipping around and
Yeah.
flipping around, but I want to try to streamline a little bit more.
All right. Well, I think once we start getting the hang of things, it'll just move a little quicker. I mean, even just now, things were starting to move a little bit quicker.
Well, yeah, because you're face to face. There's no
No,
charging.
I know,
There's
but-
no grappling going on.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So if we can imagine 14 characters fighting against 14 orcs and what that would look like on a grid.
Yeah.
Orc, character. You know, so say somebody's going to try to sneak around the side, but they're going to try to outflank also because orcs aren't stupid.
Yeah.
The strongest ones are going to be best armored ones are going to be beating on each other in the center.
Mm-hmm.
And then the archer is going to be at the back, like looking for somebody to shoot at, but they might have somebody also looking for somebody to shoot at.
Mm-hmm.
Magic users are going to start firing up some magic.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to... So I think these little tabs will work, but these tabs, when we opened the package, we found out they're plastic. They're not paper tabs. And if you erase them, then you can't write on them anymore. At least not with a pencil. So I think this was a good idea.
Yeah.
As far as for...
Well,
everybody's going to be... We're not going to do
Yeah.
individual. Everybody's going to be... So say that we all start... on the 3rd. We're going to have all these guys lined up here and say the orcs start on the 2nd. And I'm going to have 14 orcs lined up there.
Mm-hmm.
Theoretically.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying?
It's not important. I was going to say I'll go to the dollar store and see if I can find some paper ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, and we can just use pawns for orcs.
Yeah, yeah.
And we can just draw...
Just got to figure out that shadow issue because this whole thing right here is kind of ridiculous. But yeah.
Yeah, it's because we have got a big light there.
Yeah.
We've got a light there. We've got a light there. We have a light overhead. We have a light there. And we have a light that way.
Yeah.
We don't have a light behind us. We don't
Well,
have a light.
if we play during the day, then we can open the window behind us and
Yeah,
get
but we
some
never
light.
do. We never
That's
do.
true, yeah.
And, all right, this is boring. The internet doesn't want to hear about it.
All right. Thank you for watching.
Go play some D&D.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hope everybody's health is good.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.
Hello there. Editor Ethan here. So, there are a couple things we forgot to mention in the video. Number one was the reason why our audio got better was because we got a new microphone. So, yeah, that's great. I hope it sounds good to everybody. Number two was my dad got sidetracked, but he was talking about the calendar. And hey, come here.
What do you want?
Come talk about your calendar.
Hey, you know what the first line in the Blues Brothers is?
No.
Hey! When Jake Blues is walking through prison, they're taking him down to Frank Oz, who's going to like give him his stuff back as he goes out the door and gets into a cop car on the day he gets out of prison.
Yeah.
Like while he's walking through the prison, just the first thing you hear in the background is some guy going, "Hey!" It's the first line in the movie, and I love it. I love it. Cool. Okay, what do you want?
Talk about the calendar.
Oh, yeah. So I haven't done it yet. Oh, okay. I have to back up. I got the idea from either a YouTuber or a blogger, and I can't remember who the heck it was, but they posted a Mystara Known World setting calendar on a spreadsheet, and they've got columns, and it's a daily calendar, shows all the holidays. It's got a column so that you can fill in the weather that you generated for that day. And the idea is you put in a column for every character in the campaign so that you can mark, like on this day, so-and-so started training, and then you can go forward and mark on this day, so-and-so will be done with his training. Or you can mark where every character is on any given day in the campaign. So you can look at it. In our case, we've got 14 people that are going to be going to the dungeon and one person that's going to be staying back in town. And so we will be able to look at this calendar spreadsheet. We'll be able to know if there's a holiday, what day of the week it is. And we'll track distance, time, how much time it takes us to walk around, and, as we're going back and forth. And yeah, I need to make that though before. Yeah, so that we can then generate weather. So we have weather, right? And right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I just haven't made it yet. I need to make it. Okay. I need to make it for Greyhawk. Somebody's already done it for Mystara, gave me the idea, and now I need to go do it for a Greyhawk campaign.
Got it. Cool. All right. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a good one. Bye-bye.